Hey guys, Coach Moran here again with Kellenberg Lacrosse. Today I just wanted to go over the skill of riding. One of the things that I take pride in at Kellenberg is that I want to be known as a team that is going to ride you harder than any other team that you play throughout the season. I want you to feel, or to know rather, when you play us, that you're going to have to work to get that ball over the midfield line. Right? We don't like to just give up freebies, because what happens is, unfortunately, usually a ride occurs after our offense, threw the ball away. Right? They took a bad shot, the goalie makes a save, the ball's on the deck, and now we got to get it back. If we can win the riding game as a team, then chances are that's just another possession that we get to have that the other team doesn't get to have, and chances are you win the game. Right? My coach in college always used to tell us that riding is the job of an offense, clearing is the job of the defense, right? And unfortunately, a lot of attackmen and middies, right, they are, as soon as the ball is turned over, they sit there and they hang their head, right? They put their head down, they're frustrated about the bad shot that they just took, or they're yelling at their teammate because their teammate just threw the ball away, or they're frustrated because there's one mistake after the next. The best thing that you can do after a bad shot, or you give the ball back to the other team, is to prove that you want it back by riding as hard as you can. All right? And so there's really a few ways that we can do this. We can do a zone ride. All right? So if we draw our fields here, all right, here's our midfield line. All right, you can do a zone ride, or you can do a man ride. All right? The first zone ride that we can go through is very simple. You just put the three attackmen across the restraining line, and the three middies across the midfield line. And the idea is nobody gets behind you. Right? So if there's a guy on the other team standing down here, these guys got to drop a little bit, and everybody sinks down a little bit. The idea is nobody gets behind you, because at some point they're going to have 4 guys back. Right? So they can't just send everybody over the midfield line. It's very simple. Right? Everybody gets over here. And as their defensive guy carries the ball up the field, right, these two guys can kind of come to pinch, right, to kind of squeeze them, while the guys over here are also going to play behind. All right? The other way to look at the zone ride is with a triangle. All right? So look at like as a triangle here. So let me show this here. All right? Depending on how they set up they're clear, you put 2 attackmen here, 1 here, and another guy here. Alright? And then with the middies, you do kind of like the same thing. When you have a middie here, and a middie here. Right? Because those middies are down the deep guy. Right? And the idea behind this is, as a zone, we want to shade our zone to the ball side. So if this defenseman, he's got the ball, he's carrying the ball up the field, all right? This attackman is going to go, he's going to slide over also, he's coming to the middle, all right? He's sliding over, right, and he's coming to the middle. Right, this idea that now we're going to shut down this third of the field, these 2/3 of the field, and force this D guy to throw an overpass, all right, to switch the field. In which case, we have this close attackman, right, who is now in the middle. He comes back, he comes over, he comes back here. Now we're back to our 3. All right, that's another way to do a zone. All right. The last way that we can do this, right, is with a straight man ride. Right. Once again, there's 2 ways that you can do this as well. Right. You can start with 2 men on the ball. Right. So if you're playing a team, these are the defense. And you know that they have like a weak defender, a weak long stick middie, or a weak close D, and you see that ball, that guy pick up the ball, that's a great chance to lock, right? So you do a lock. You put 2 attack on the D, right, and attackman on the goalie, all right? And then you're going to put the middies across the top on whatever guy that they have, right? So we've got our guys matched up on their guys. They're probably going to have a middie somewhere over here, right? To kind of leave it. We don't leave the cover. We'll leave the deepest guy open for right now in this moment. And the idea here is that this D guy is probably going to look to throw this overpass immediately. All right, he's going to go all the way over to this guy. At which case, this attackman who was playing the goalie will sprint over, right? One of these guys will sprint over here also to play the goalie, and the other attackman is going to drop back. All right, he's going to drop back here, right? Because the middies are going to have to rotate over here also to cover the guys on that side of the field. All right, and it's just the idea of we run as hard as we can to get them to turn back. All right? There's a great drill that we do at Kellenberg all the time. We call it the Carolina drill. And it's just really meant and focused on teaching our attackmen to ride. Right? This idea that we want to learn to use the 2-on-1 to our advantage. Right? When the D guy is coming up the field, right? We want to get an attackman here and an attackman here. Right? Both pressing in this way so that he has to run between you. All right? You don't want to set up with your hips, so if the guy's in front of me, right, like this, I don't want to stay straight on top of him because now he can go left or to the right of me. I want to move a little bit to my left so that my partner, the other attackman, will be a little bit to his right, and now the easiest way for him to go, he thinks, is between us, in which case then we can sandwich him. All right? As attack, the last thing here for the video, one of the really important things that you never want to give up as attackman is the sideline. All right? So there's our sideline. This D guy's got the ball. He's carrying it up the field. As attackman, your job is to set up with your butt facing the sideways, the sideline. All right? You want to force him back in. And the reason behind that is all of your help, the other attackmen and the middies are all in here in that area. All right? If you let him do a quick split and then up the sideline, I mean, people don't get pushed out of the sideline that often, at least not at the varsity level. All right? You have to force him back to the middle to get another attackman over here, because now if you both force them to each other, there's our sandwich again. All right, so remember, the most important thing you can do after a shot and a save by the other team is ride. Ride like crazy. That's what coaches are looking for, right? When they're looking at film, right? You want to play college level, that's what they want. They want to see that as an attackman, that you are willing to play until that ball crosses your midfield line and is now on the other side of the field. That's when you rest, when the ball's over there. Don't hang your head. All right.